What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here, and in this video I'm here to bring you the results of the last map's farm and bring you a little bit of extra content because I've already done this farm before and I just wanted to kind of, test it again with a max investment. I will say that this is a very good and lucrative farm, so if you wanted to do this, then I would highly recommend doing it. Two, you know, Harbingers have always been pretty decent, and I feel like the fact that, we can just farm Harbingers again without worrying about super juicing a map with an M3 and lagging out and all that other stuff is pretty solid. I did still, however, lag because I am on a PS4, but I was able to complete all the maps except for, I think, two, which I completed about half of, and that was mainly because of mods that stacked up against me, or my own mistake. So alright, let's go ahead and go over, first of all, what we got as far as loot. As you see here, we actually have a pretty good amount of loot. So if we go to Exalts, we actually found, oh, I have to put Exalt. There you go, Exalt. We actually found 10 X shards plus 2X, I believe, which is pretty insane. Then for Chaos, we found, looks like about 100, I think. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like 90 Chaos, okay. Which is basically, if what, 3.5x. If you take into the account that Gilded Harbinger Scarabs are anywhere between 10 to 15 C each, and we use 20 of them, that's, let's see, if you do quick math, 20 times, we'll say 15C, that's 300 Chaos for 3 Exalts. We made our Exalts back straight up. We only ran 20 maps, so let's go ahead and just look how many maps we got. We got well more than 20, along with a couple of the special maps, special being like Elder Shaper. So you can see, well more than 20 maps gotten back. And furthermore, we just basically like annihilated the profit margins. However, what I will say is that because I had the infused Harbinger craft, that kind of you can't really put a price on that because you have to self-farm those and save those up until you can get them. But if you guys did decide to do this grind, then you're not going to be disappointed. As you see here, we have a ton of currency, a ton of maps, a ton of just value and raw stuff that you can, put towards whatever. You didn't see that, but I think I just put a full stack of 20 annulments away. We actually got like 22 or 24 annuls, which is actually insane, considering, as I said before, I was needing annuls to do some crafting. Our scarabs, we have basically made well more than double our scarabs back. Basically what I found is that while I was farming this, every time I got scarabs, it felt like I got like 2 or 3 extra scarabs each and every time, which felt really good when I was doing it. So I just figured, why not? We're just gonna go ahead and put those back in for a second so we can take more out. Excuse me. And as you see here, we got a whole bunch of cards. Our one lucky card is a level 4 Empower card. I know level 4 Empowers are selling for about 10x each right now. Maybe a little more. So on console they're selling for 10x in standard, and I think in league they're about 15x. Um, they take a little bit to sell in standard because there's so many, but yeah, they're pretty expensive. So that, we'll just call that an X. That was the only lucky drop we got. We did get a flesh crafter, but flesh crafters aren't really worth anything. Got a whole bunch of the essence card from our map, which is another really cool reason to run that map. City Square. because the essence card is pretty insane for just, you know, getting a whole bunch of free essences, and you can get any essences. We end up, as you see, we end up getting one logbook as well. Let's go ahead and just keep hitting square. As you see, we have a ton of loot, whole bunch of essences. We got 4 of certain deafenings. Got just so many essences to go around, and it's pretty cool. Alright, alright. Yeah. Oh, we did get a heated core site, but that's only like 10 chaos. I think maybe even less now. It was 10C in the league, so I think it's probably like 2C here. That's Valor. Nothing happened. Well, something did, it's just didn't really do anything. Alright. Now let's go ahead and put everything back in the tab. And you know what? We're going to suppress this one too. Suppress it. We're going to Valor. Boom. It bricked. Cool. Put the Bone Crypt away. And we can put the contract away later. Let's go ahead and put this here. Now I've been selling logbooks for about an X each for the past couple of days. And people have been buying them. This is again console standard, so you know, don't expect to be getting this in League or in PC. We're just gonna go ahead and put the incubators on because we can. Alright. And last but not least, we're gonna open up our stack decks and see if we get anything crazy. Level 21 Molten Shell. Interesting. Put all this away. 1 chaos over damage. Chaos damage over time cluster. Got 1 invitation, and we got this unique amulet here, which is one of the MF amulets, and that's it. As you see, we got a couple of scouting reports, nothing too crazy, but we got a decent amount. Alright, so, you know, I didn't want this video to just be me, you know, sorting my loot from my last farm. So, I wanted to show you guys something really cool. Something that I was working on yesterday. First and foremost, I've been turbo farming invitations, and to do that, there's a couple of very simple steps. And I'm going to kind of show you exactly what you need to do. Here, let me put this away, is for my guildie. No room here. Alright, put it right there. And, excuse me, I'm having a little bit of an issue. Allergies are going crazy. And this farming method is pretty simple. Like, there's absolutely no investment you need. You can invest in it to maybe get deafening essences and stuff like that, as well as other stuff. But let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, alright? So let's go ahead and go to maps. So, as you guys know, there's a couple of maps that are just really crappy to run. One of them being Dungeon. Dungeon is a door map. However, even though it's a door map, you can still run it very easily, and you can run it completely white and like basically speed run it, so you can get, you know, your Atlas guys, whatever they're called. I'm still waking up. I'm sorry. You can get these like Searing Exarch and the Eater of Worlds spawn extremely quickly. With my loading screens, I was doing about 20 minutes per invitation, which is pretty insane. Without loading screens, it would have been like 15 or 10. And let's go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. So basically, you don't have to have any mods on this. And Dungeon's a really horrible map anyway, so I don't expect you to run Dungeon with a bunch of mods. You just got to be a little bit aware of a couple of things. First things first, we are still running essences, and that is one of our big farms. We're running essences for, the big reason is for, you know, we like to craft, and just yesterday we had a pretty huge impact on our essence tab, if you can see here. So, you know, all in all, I think we did really well on essence farming, and you know, why not show you a little bit on how we went about doing this. As you know, you're guaranteed one essence in a map, and when you put dungeon in, you can kind of see something really cool here. Excuse me, 1 second. Alright. Alright, so as you enter dungeon, every single time you enter dungeon, about, well, we won't say every time, let's say about 99% of the time, your first and big essence is right here. So since he's right here, all you gotta do is crack it, kill it, kill the copy, and then you're good. Now I'm gonna take this a step further, and I did say I farmed the Atlas bosses really quickly, Searing Exarch and whatnot. And how you do that is basically after you kill them, you just go ahead and walk around real quick.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And you wait until you see an explosion come. Excuse me, that's my alarm. There we go. And there it is. Let's go ahead and grab the scouting report. And we're out of here. Now, we're going to put on our next map, just so you guys can see again. Put in the map. Boom. You see, we have progress. Looks like we got double progress on that one. Into the map. Run up here. Check out our essence. Hit it. Bam. That one didn't get doubled. That's fine. Now we just walk around. Oop, we just walk around till we see our little explosion go off. Well, it looks like we actually end up getting an extra essence too on our way. And right then we just saw the explosion go off, so we know, excuse me, we know we can just leave after this. And we put it in the next map. And just so you see, we made progress again. I actually don't think I procced it that time. Well, we'll see. It's about a quarter. If this moves a tick past, then you know we made progress. You only have to kill like 1 or 2 packs of mobs for this to work right. And there you go, you got your essence again. Kill it. Do it all 6 real quick. And, oh, we have an extra essence, so we can go over here and kill that. This time we get 8 essences. Oh, okay. Guess we grabbed them all. Cool. I believe we already procced it. So let's go ahead and double check this time. Yeah, we procced it. And as you see, you can do 2 types of farming very easily without even doing the whole map. And the only time you have to do anything is on the 14th and 28th map. Once you hit the 14th and 28th map, you just run to the boss, kill it real quick, and you're good to go. And as you see, we're making pretty good progress in pretty good time. We're not having any kind of downtime, and the big thing is we're getting a ton of essences. Essences are pretty decently valuable in standard. I don't know too much about their league cost, but I would imagine they would be actually insane costing in league if you got enough of them, especially on PC. I know they're not going to be like, you know, expensive, but they would definitely be a very huge profit per hour gained just by doing this. And the bigger thing is, this is a T16 that is naturally rollable with Horizon Orbs, or if you're Harbinger orbing, or like, for example, if you did the Harbinger farm I did first, have a lot of Harbinger orbs and don't know what to do, when you Harbinger orb to try and get the T16 Harbinger map, one thing that you'll want to, you know, look out for is when you hit dungeon for this very method. Now, dungeon is the only map that I've found that you can do this consistently on, and as far as I'm concerned, I think it's well worth your time to kind of keep your dungeons instead of rolling over them, just so you can do this method. So as you see here, now we have a double 5 essence. This is 10 essences right at the start. Now we gotta wait till the first explosion comes out. Oh, we actually found another. Oh, there we go. See, when you see an altar as well, that's how you know. Let's go ahead and kill these guys, pick up all their essences. Alright, and we're done. And as you see, you're getting a ton of essences as well as getting progress on your Searing Exarch. Now, I have a project coming up which I've been working on, and a couple of things that I've been grinding out. And you kind of saw a sneak preview of it when I showed you like that first tab, but I'll be more inclined to like show everyone and let you know what the project is as the time goes, just so you can join me whenever it happens. Or not necessarily join me, but I guess just watch whenever it happens. And there we go, we got the fire guys coming in, so we just leave. Now, as you see, you're gonna get a ton of essences, like a ton. We have almost an inventory full, and this has been like 5 minutes. And look at our Searing Exarch. If we go down here, check our progress on it, 12 of 28. Like, yeah, you're going super quick when you're doing this farm. And another big thing to note is that if you do this in standard, convert your map tabs, you'll see what I mean. You're gonna get 72 dungeons back to back to back to back, and it's pretty insane how many you get. It's like actually insane. Now, obviously, if you don't need the essences, you can just run around on any map and, wait for the explosion to happen. As soon as it happens, you leave. I will say it's a little extra bonus if you do decide to do it this way, just because you always get a bunch of essences, and if you're crafting with them, it's even better. If you're selling them, cool. I don't normally sell my essences. I don't normally sell a lot of things. I just kind of keep it for myself and grind it. This is almost always true in League as well. So, like, it's just how I play. I prefer to hoard stuff, and if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, then I'll just use it all up and have some fun crafting. I have a lot of different ways I can craft, and normally I'll say this, I don't like crafting all that much, but because they made essences so easy to access this league, I feel like it's just dumb not to take advantage. On my part, to each their own, but on my part, I've essence crafted in the past and made some amazing stuff. So we got a syndicate, huh? Don't really care about the syndicate, but you know what? We'll go ahead and do it real quick, just because.
I'll help kill the little invaders.
Felled by the bargainer.
Oh, all right. Well, that happened. Now, because this is our 14th map, we're actually going to do a near full clear, or we actually only need to run to the boss room, but we are going to clear the syndicate because we actually have a Varici and Isling ready. Isling is tier 2, and I do want to still run it. If I get tier 3 here, I'm still going to get it, but I ideally want to run tier 2 right now because I'm running very, very low on Veiled Chaos, and if you didn't know, Isling at anything but tier 4 drops you Veiled Chaos instead of everything else. So let's go ahead and see what these guys have. Nothing? Alright, well, Corel, execute.
Bye bye.
What do you have? Execute, what do you have?
Do you know how
Trey.
my family got to be so wealthy so long ago?
No one cares. Alright.
Hey,
Gross.
Cool.
That was vivid.
Right here, become trusted, transportation intelligence, awesome. Alright, so transportation is probably going to have to be ran pretty soon. I'm actually, now that I look at it, I'm not going to be able to upgrade Isling anyway, so I'm just going to, have
I'm
some
going
fun
to
real quick.
kill you, Giannis. Just not yet.
We have
We're not
intervention, so there's
beasts.
Tora.
We can sit.
Crows are very interesting, Exile.
Sure.
Here's to practicing social skills.
The last one will be transportation, I think. Or actually, no, we're done. Alright. So now that we did the syndicate, all we gotta do is run real quickly to the boss room after we find it, and bam, we found it. Boom, Polaric Invitation. Now, I know I've heard a lot of people say that the Polaric Invitation is useless. Don't run the Polaric Invitation. You're not going to get anything. Well, this isn't true. First of all, we have 2 nodes on our Atlas passive tree that make the Polaric Invitation very useful for us. The first node is actually in the main nodes up here. If you look, it'll say the exarch gains 10% chance to drop additional blah blah blah. Right there, the black star is 10% chance to drop additional grand eldritch ember, which is really good because we do a lot of crafting with this and make some really cool gear. Nothing like, super crazy as of yet, but we do make some cool gear and I do appreciate that. And then the other one is over here. It says, let's see, is it this one? I think it's this one. Eldritch bosses have an additional 20% chance to drop a Conqueror map. Now, I felt like this was pretty consistent. I would usually find, like, for example, I ran 14 total invitations, 7 and 7, and I found, I think, 3 of the Guardian maps, the Conqueror maps, that is, which was pretty consistent with a 1 in 5 chance. I think it's a flat 1 in 5, and I think it kind of goes up based on everything else that you get, but yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's one of my new farming methods that I've been having fun with, and if you guys are interested in it, please feel free to, take it for a spin. You'll get a ton of essences. As you can see here, we've burned through a lot of our essences. Like, we just burned through these all to 0, and we have a ton now. We have 6, 5, and a bunch of them here to upgrade, and then our intelligence ones as well. Where's that one? Right here. We have a ton of spites coming up, so it is definitely worth it. If you decide you want to do the, there's one other way you can do it. You can just pull out like 10 of these, then I'll show you what it looks like as well, just so you can kind of get a, look into it. Now, I will make a disclaimer right now. I am not actively farming the exarch. I'm actually farming for the, what do you call it, corruption chambers, and that again is for the project that you saw right there at the beginning. Oh, why aren't you dying? That's not good. You're tough. You're beefy. Soul Eater, you are not okay. Hey, Soul Eater, don't eat my soul. He ate my soul. But yeah, as you see there, if you use your thingamajig, the Remnant of Corruption, you end up getting a lot of higher end essences. I've had a couple of times where I found 4 deafening essences and it duplicated for 8 deafening essences. Then I had a couple of times where I got like a hysteria or delirium and it duplicated that. Now, obviously it's not the be all end all to get those, but it is really, really solid. Boom. Alright, cool.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And as you see here, getting all these higher end essences is pretty strong. You're going to end up being pretty well off on essences and be able to craft pretty much whatever you want. Pretty much. Alright, we triggered the exarch, now we leave. Well, yeah. That's that farm. I hope you guys did enjoy the farming results, as well as the new farming method that I have recently kind of come up with. I know that this is probably not brand new, but I just kind of combined 2 farming methods and found like a little Easter egg kind of thing to go along with my normal farming strategies. But as of now, we're probably just going to be turbo farming alvas, just so we can get as many corruption chambers as possible. Ideally, I need 10, And stay tuned, because eventually I will be posting a video where I corrupt 10 of these. I currently have 3 on characters and 6 here. They're all already divined and anointed. Once I get the once I get the 9 more, I will start farming for the last one, or as I go, you know, I'm going to be running the Syrian exarch still. I'm hoping to drop one as I farm for the Alva temples, and I will be double corrupting them so I can hopefully hit something really cool. It'll be a total of 10, and let's just see if I get anything. But as always, Exiles, I hope you enjoy my content. Take it easy and have a good one.